Insights with Terri Ep.217, a weekly look through the eyes of Predictive Astrologer Terri Ep.217. Here's Terri.
Hello, everybody. This is Terri, and you're listening to Insights with Terri Ep.217. Thank you for joining me to explore together the week of May the 4th through the 11th, 2025. I appreciate your time, the biggest gift anybody can give another person, because you can't get that back. It's an investment, and I'm very grateful for that. Thank you so very much. Now, let's get into it. As of last week, now we have Carney as our Prime Minister, and there were quite a few surprises in the elections. I'm so confident in the Canadian people that we will, I think, maybe get together. I think under Carney and in a minority government, we may start to be led, hopefully, by our politicians into not divisiveness and not fear and not redirecting anger into another culture, but pull together as a community. We're stronger. Look at water buffalo. As long as they stay together in their circle and they protect each other, they are invulnerable. No lion can get them. It's only once they break up and run for each individual life that they become vulnerable, and the lions can take down the weak and the vulnerable. So we have to do that. We have to be just as smart as a water buffalo or an elk or some of the other mammals that understand the muskox, that understand that community is strength. Lions, the pride of lions. One can't hunt a water buffalo. They need bodies. So we have to remember that we need each other. We need to support each other. We need to be compassionate with each other. We need to listen, to understand, to not be black and white necessarily, be more gray. Try to read between the lines as we care for each other. Now that is strength. And that strength in our zodiac sign right now is identified as the bull, Taurus. So we can pull on that Taurian energy of strength and might, and the bull, as I said before, pulls together. So my fingers are crossed that humans can be smart as an animal, maybe. And then Mercury, the planet of the mind, how we think, how we process, that's in Aries. Aries is the ram. Now, rams don't do that. They don't pull together, but they will protect each other to a degree. The males seem to take responsibility for some of the fighting, and if the bleeding is loud enough, bleating is loud enough, they will come to the defense and ram something. It's an impulsive energy. It's ruled by Mars, which is fiery. So we could go into a fight maybe faster than we should or we need to, but when you pair that with Taurus, I'm hoping for consideration, meaning we will consider what the ramifications are, where we're going, what we're doing, how we can work with this. And Venus, the planet of love, beauty, and attraction, is in Aries. Aries energy in that is very similar to it in Mercury, but that's supposed to be our loving energy, our relationship energy. So maybe we have to be a little careful with not starting fights too early, jumping to conclusions, rushing to some fight that maybe shouldn't even be a fight, or pushing, ramming when we don't need to. So we have to try to smooth that out with Taurus. And then Mars, the planet of our passion and our drive, that's in Leo. Leo again is a fire sign. We have fire sign, fire sign, fire sign. Taurus is an earth sign. That's a little more grounded. So the fire sign of Leo can lend us to wanting to shine, to be amazing, to be more individual in how our glory, our ego can affect us. Now, there is the influence of lions do stick to a pride, but we have to cultivate that. We have to pull that in. So we'll have to work on being part of the numbers, not individual. And I think that's really what the globe needs right now is community, support, coming together for one goal to make our lives and the lives of our people and friends and people that maybe are vulnerable and less able to take care of themselves, for us to take care of that. And that's the Leo energy. Now, the beginning of the week, as far as health goes, the beginning of the week we're looking at a vulnerability. It's a Leo energy, so vulnerability in the heart, the aorta, blood pressure. So we want it, and blood circulation. So if you have vulnerabilities in any of those areas, please take special care of yourself, because that can put you in a more difficult position. So don't overdo. This is a great time to be aware of, is your pulse racing, to be more aware of your body, how it's working, does stress or what I'm thinking cause, the beating of my heart a little bit more? How can I settle it down? Can I calm? Can I ground? Can I take that energy of Taurus and make it more calm? And then towards the middle of the week, the vulnerability will be more towards the digestive system, the pancreas, our small intestine. So this is where you want to be more cognizant of what you're choosing to eat, what you're choosing to put into your body. Are you going to be looking at additives more? Are you going to be making more fresh as opposed to opening more cans? This is an energy field that predisposes us to want to invest time, energy, and thought into what we put into our body, thinking more of food as medicine, giving us energy, helping us be calm, whatever we want. Food is medicine. So instead of looking at it as comfort and filling our face, it's supposed to be more of something that is in our best interest. So let's say you're constipated, look more towards your prunes and your bran and oatmeal that's not as refined. So you look at food as medicine. I need more fiber. This is what I need to eat. If you're low on iron, you may need to look at spinach and green leafy vegetables that add iron. Liver, although some people don't like to eat organ meats, but it's choices, right? And then towards the end of the week, we're looking at a more vulnerable energy field in our kidneys, our bladder, the ureter. So if you lean towards infections or anything of that nature, just be on top of it. Have your cider vinegar, toss some of those bacteria out. Just do a detox, maybe, if that's what you're prone to do, or just don't do things that can contribute to bladder infection, kidney infection, and be aware. A lot of people, I would say a lot of people, it has occurred over the years that I'll mention to somebody, your skin is a different color than what I'm used to seeing. You might want to get your blood checked. And sure enough, there's a low-grade kidney infection, a low-grade liver issue. So look at your body. What do your nails look like? Are they telling you with ridges that they need more protein? Are they breaking easily? What is your body screaming for help in? The number that was given to us is the number 9, and when that combines with where the planets are right now, it will kind of push us towards an idealistic type of venue. Idealism is wonderful. I love it, but it isn't always realistic. So we have to kind of self-govern and say, am I being idealistic or am I being realistic? Maybe a little bit of both would be a good idea. An idealistic approach is great. It helps creativity. It helps us move forward, makes us want to do a little bit better, but then we can get discouraged if it doesn't work out at all, and then a lot of people can quit. So it's a possible journey here that can help us gain experience, maybe meet the people or bang into the people that we need to meet. Thank you to the universe, putting the right person in the right spot at the right time to help us achieve the goal. with all the energy, and number 9, it increases a high level of mental energy. Boy, can I use that. So use it to your advantage. This might be the time that you need to put things to paper or create something. Maybe it's just a project. How do I build a chicken coop a little bit more energy efficient? We allow ourselves to become more devoted to our goals with this type of an energy, idealism and mental energy. So if you've got your goals planned, and you should by this time, like, what is your goal? And even if you're retired, there's still goals. Maybe I need to volunteer more. Maybe I want more time to read. It doesn't have to be an altruistic goal. It can just be a goal. And we become more sensitive and more courageous. We allow ourselves to take on more responsibility with this kind of an energy. Don't fight that. I think we need it. And there's more spirituality. Animals are spiritual. We often don't give them credit for that, but they are in the way that spirituality should be, which is being calm amongst things that we need to be calm. Looking at what other beings are going through. So my pack, my chickens, my ducks, they are aware of what the other birds are going through. The dogs are aware of what I'm going through or what another one. I've seen them go up and lick another dog that's convalescing from something. They take on the responsibility and become more sensitive. And in that, there's a courage. We are going to be asked to understand within ourselves our own wisdom. Now, that doesn't mean being silly, as some people are, some politicians. It means, what do you know that's good? What do you know that's true? Don't be afraid to bounce it off somebody that you respect and admire, and they can give you some counsel. Don't be afraid to bounce ideas off of each other to see, am I being balanced? When I'm doing readings, a lot of the cards that come up are warnings for some of my clients to really work at mental balance. Don't lift like a boat taking on water. Be aware of what your thinking is, that looping where you're thinking the same thing over and over. Is it healthy? Will it get you someplace? That's what number 9 wants us to look at. Love, the truth, friendships, all of that is going to be very important with number 9, combining with where the energy fields are right now. Number 9 puts us in a position of trying to fulfill and close cycles, readying us to advance. If you look at politics right now, I'm hoping that Carney and Polyev can get together and work towards the good of all Canadians, and then expand that to the good of other countries that are in need, other countries that we can help. We've always been helpers. I'm so proud of Canadians, as we've always been there to support, to be peacekeepers, to enable people to maybe drill wells. I'm proud of that heritage, and I don't want to lose it. I'm sure many Canadians feel the same. The weakness of number 9 with some of the energy fields can be, don't fall into that tendency to have delusions. I can think of one person, delusional, more emotional than we need to be or should be, so extreme emotion responses, moody, exaggerated reactions to situations. Just be aware of that tendency. More susceptible to emotional stress and mental excesses, which means instead of that creative energy, mental energy that's being given to us, we turn it against ourselves and turn it into stress and can't stop thinking, can't sleep, can't. So we need to look at that. So that's the kind of thing that could get out of hand. Just be aware of it so that you don't fall into that trap. Some of the cards that were pulled, interesting that one of the cards is a picture of a lion in trouble, being taken care of a human, and this human also recognizes that there's danger in taking care of this lion, because lion's not, well, it's a wild animal, right? But taking precautions and being safe in this picture, but also recognizing I can't pretend this isn't happening. I can't just wash my hands of this. So looking at how can I help? What can I do to help in a healthy way? There are people in this reading that will be put in place. I'm going to kind of say white knight in shining armor type of thing, where we look at this and people are there, have been in my life at times when I really, really needed somebody. And sometimes it's not friends, it's not family, it's a stranger that was there to lend a hand. I look at them as earth angels, people that the universe sent to us to help us, to help us sort things out, to just be there, maybe listen, a kind face, a smile. You be that person this week. Just keep your eyes open, your heart open, as the lion energy, the Aries energy, the Taurus energy, to be there for others. That's what these cards are asking for us to do. If we don't, there's this emotional card that turns opposite. Instead of celebrating our happiness, instead of being aware of what our happiness is, instead of having all this happiness, it's the opposite, the very opposite. So what we're looking at instead is the lack of happiness, the lack of joy, the lack of celebration. So we want to be really careful with that. I think as we give to others, more is given to ourselves. I truly feel that way. When somebody tells me that I did something to help them, or I was in any way helpful to a person, it just makes my heart sing. I get goosebumps. So that's what we're supposed to do. I think that's our nature, our true nature, and that's what we're supposed to be doing for each other. On that note, I would like to thank Charlie O'Brien, the nature of an amazing human being, that puts us on Spotify, Apple, Amazon, SoundCloud, YouTube. I really, really appreciate him doing that. And he does that out of the goodness of his heart. Also, our Charlie has access to a pup, young dog, that could really use another home. It's a breed that's a little bit larger. I didn't see a really great picture, but it does look like a German Shepherd type cross. And I'd be happy to help in the training, free, complimentary, if anybody's interested in this dog. And I can get you in touch with Charlie if you're looking at looks like a really nice dog. It's just too much for the family right now. They've got other animals as well. So if you're interested in that, don't be afraid to give me a text, a call, 519-726-6699. You can email me at terri.coutts@gmail.com. If you want a reading for yourself, or you want your dog helped to walk the path of obedience and enjoy their lives and be a really good companion, you are welcome to give me a shout and we can work towards that end. I want all of you to have a wonderful week. Bear in mind, we got to look after each other. Enjoy yourselves. Thank you for your time. I'll talk to you next week. Bye for now.
Thanks for listening to Insights with Terri Coots. Visit Terri's website at terriworld.com. TERRI world.com.